All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai,
Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Double honors again to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. All right, this is GMS Dallas. I'm the brother Iraq, and got the beloved brother Tasha
Shalom.
with me. All right, and we wanted to go ahead and put something on wax. All right, get into the spirit. Get into the spirit of things, because that's what this is all about. You got you got more things, than you can name going on as far as current events are concerned. All right, prophecy is concerned. There's a lot of things going on, so it's more important than ever to be locked into the spirit and wisdom, as we're gonna get into.
Today, I believe LD Ashawamba made a lesson going into Revelation chapter 2 and 5. And it speaks about going into your first love. All right. And, like me and like all brothers, whenever they acquired the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that was their first love, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures. Okay. So I wanted to touch on that, right? Because wisdom is the principal thing. And with getting wisdom, you gain understanding. You gain the understanding of how to conduct yourself. In the spirit, how to conduct yourself in day-to-day life. Because it's all tied to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai at the end of the day. Okay, so Baba Kusha, you said you had a precept that you wanted to open up with?
Yep. This is Ephesians chapter 6 and Salaki, 1 second. Let me look at this real quick. Oh, it's Ephesians 5 and 17, Salaki. This is Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 17, and it says, "Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is." And that was I wanted to bring that out because, again, the will of the Lord is prophecy. The will of the Lord is, what your lot too is a part of that. Because if you believe that, you've been called into this thing and you're of the hopeful elect, that means that you have a certain lot. You have something that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai gave for you to accomplish and to get done. All right, on a lower level under Yahweh Shai, but it's important,
because it's like that saying that you're living up to your name. Because the name that you're given, you're trying to live up to your name. Your name isn't trying to live up to you.
That's
all right. And with that, wisdom, we were given wisdom. We're trying to live up to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures.
Right.
All right. We're not trying to make wisdom live up to what we got. We ain't shit. All that to say.
Right.
But I wanted to pull that. If you don't have anything else,
yeah, I got
you. This Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, I believe, started 17.
For our first she will walk with him.
Nah.
Whoso giveth the ear.
5th. Salakia.
13. He that holdeth her fast. For wisdom exalted children.
Nah. 14. Salakia.
Yep. This is Sirach chapter 4 and verse 14. It says, "They that serve her shall minister to the Holy One, and them that love her the Lord doth love."
See, they that serve wisdom, it's not for everybody. Everybody can't acquire up or obtain, something so precious. All right. How about Shimei Shai, for one, had to give this to you in the womb. Wisdom just don't, you can't acquire wisdom just by you willing yourself to. No, this thing of ours is so special and unique you know, that you have to be born with it. It has to be something desired, you know, and it has to be given to you. You can't earn this on your merit, your own merit. You got it out.
Yep, just backing you up that point you had made about wisdom has to be in you, you know, going back to the womb, really. It's like when the scriptures talk about the engrafted word.
Yep.
You know, when you go into that word engrafted, it's implanted by nature. All right, but this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 27.
Yep.
And I'll just get this verse. It says, though she is but one, she can do all things. And that, you know, because when you go into Yahushua, in the beginning, when the Lord created Yahushua, you know, it was wisdom as well.
Yep.
There with him. And that's what he used to basically create everything.
And that's Proverbs 8.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yep.
because wisdom was brought up with Yahushua.
Mm-hmm.
But you got it.
Yep. And you can speak on this part if you want. It says, and while remaining in herself, she renews all things. In every generation, she passes into holy souls and makes them friends of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and prophets.
So we are friends of Yahweh Shem Yahushua on the byproduct of being with wisdom. Mm-hmm. All right, because wisdom is only given unto the elect.
Yep.
Wisdom is only given unto righteous men. That Yahweh Shem Yahushua has moved in the spirit, you know, just like these precepts was written down by righteous men that was moved in the spirit.
Right.
Okay. And and everybody in this world, they can't acquire it because wisdom was only given unto the 144,000 and the elect, chiefly of the nation of Israel. Mm-hmm. No other nation can acquire wisdom.
Right.
You know, and it says that in Sirach chapter 24. Mm-hmm. You know, but
yep,
you got it.
Yep. That was it. All I had on that one.
You can go back to the Sirach 4. And read 15.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 4, and I'll read the latter half of verse 14 too. It says, they that serve her shall minister to the Holy One, and them that love her the Lord doth love.
Yeah.
Whoso giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations.
See, whoso giveth ear, whoso abideth, mm-hmm. You know, will judge the nations, and is that not, you know, a prophecy that is to come? Mm-hmm. You know, whoever is steadfast upon her,
right?
You know.
Yep. Verse 15, it says, whoso giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations, and he that attendeth unto her shall dwell securely.
God. That's that here. Let me pull it. I think it's Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 9.
Yep. Yep. And that makes me think about Solomon.
God.
You know, Solomon was using wisdom to basically create the strongest, the greatest nation, the greatest empire ever on the planet Earth. Because that's what it was when Solomon was on the scene. that was our prelude. That was a sneak peek, you know, so to speak, to the kingdom.
Yeah, that 40 years mm-hmm. of peace, right? Because it was peace because the other nations was already put to heel, mm-hmm. All right, mm-hmm. and like everything was set in proper order. Mm-hmm. Okay, but let me pull this real quick. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 9. It says, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, mm-hmm. and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him, for grace and mercy is to his saints, mm-hmm. and he hath care for his elect. Mm-hmm. All right, so and all that will be through wisdom. Mm-hmm. You know, all that will be given through proper understanding of these parables, yep. that are given.
Yep. You mind if I grab something real quick?
You got it. All right.
This is James chapter 1, because too, going from wisdom, you know, and then getting to understanding, that's a process, you know, for like brothers, you know, for at any really however long you've been in, whether you knew,
time.
You know what I'm saying? Wisdom takes time.
Con.
You know, it's not something that you can just, you're not just gonna wake up tomorrow and just have you got the full breakdown on everything.
You can't.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell, I'm still learning. You know,
It don't work like that.
It don't work like
You
that.
know, but this is James chapter 1, and I'll start at verse 4 and I'll read verse 5. It says, "But let patience have her perfect work."
Woo.
And really, that's code. That's wisdom he's talking about.
Yeah.
You know, let patience. You know, it says, and he's liking patience to a woman. You know, just letting you know that it's talking about wisdom. Verse 4, it says, "But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing." And then verse 5, this is the point. It says, "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh Shemiah Shah, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him."
Con. You
Yep.
know, because it's Yahweh Shemiah Shai that gives wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
All right, like we said previous, no, everybody can't get the things of Yahweh Shemiah Shai. Only the elect of the nation of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
All right, which consists of your so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans of Negroid descent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and with that, even all the whole nation can't acquire it on this side.
Mm-hmm.
All right, only the elect of the elect can
Right.
dwell with her.
Yep, it's a part of the inheritance as well. Like, what is that? Sirach 20, not 23, 24, I think it is, where
Yeah.
it talks about
24 and 8.
Yeah, 24 and 8.
I'll pull it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Okay. I think I got it. I kind of want to see what it's saying here too. This is Sirach chapter 24 and verse 8. It says, "The creator of all things gave me a commandment, and the one who created me assigned a place for my tent.
Okay.
And he said, make your dwelling in Jacob." And if I may too, Abraham had that wisdom too.
Okay.
Like when you read about Abraham and the Josephus, you know, and like, you know, they're going in on how high level Abraham was. You know, it's because he was a part of that righteous lineage going back to Adam, you know, through his father.
And just to add on to your point, that Sirach chapter 42 verse 19
Mm-hmm.
goes into it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, talking about Abraham and the inheritance that was given to him, that was passed down to Isaac, that was passed down to the 12 tribes.
Yep,
You know?
That's exactly what it says right here. Mind if I finish this?
You got it.
Yep. It says, verse 8, it says, "The creator of all things gave me a commandment, and the one who created me assigned a place for my tent. And he said, make your dwelling in Jacob, and in Israel receive your inheritance."
See? So his name was changed from Abraham to Israel, which is the grandfather of Jacob. You know,
that was pretty much it. I mean, it goes in this chapter. It's a great chapter.
Yeah.
But I'll give it back to you.
Well, no. You can. There's 2 more verses.
Okay, kind. This is Sirach 24 and verse 9. It says, "From eternity in the beginning he created me, and for eternity I shall not cease to exist."
So wisdom has been created from the beginning of the world. Who else was created from the beginning of the world?
Mm-hmm.
Yahweh Shai. Yep. All right. So they came up together, as it says in that Proverbs 8. Mm-hmm. All right. Now wisdom is the train of the garment that you were about to read in that Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 verse 28. Mm-hmm. You know, because wisdom is the train of the garment of the of Yahweh. Yeah. All right. Yep. She's so important. All right. That's why that's our first love. Every time, every brother that woke up in this truth desired wisdom whenever they were shown the light. You know, whenever they realize that we're in a dark world and that's the only light that we can see, we need to go and cleave to that light. Yeah. All right, to remove the wickedness that's all around us. Yeah. All right.
Can I get something real quick?
Bible shot.
This is Job 28 and 28.
My man, I love that verse.
And he says, "And unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom. and to depart from the evil is understanding. And I just wanted to bring that out. You know what I'm saying? Because, words in the scriptures have definitions. The same way in the English words got definitions. The scriptures define wisdom as the fear of the Lord. So again, I just wanted to bring that out. You know what I'm saying? Because it goes into everything that's being brought out.
Because the fear means to reverence. Okay, I mean, what's that? It's better to be feared than to be loved. All right, even though love is conditional. All right, and the fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that is a must, because especially on this side, especially in this world, they don't have a fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They don't have respect. All right, and since they don't have that, they're gonna put some respect on his name at the end of the day. But if
fear stops you, it's like not control.
No, you got it.
Fear stops you from doing particular things, and crossing particular lines that don't need to be crossed. Because in this world on this side, all right, lines are crossed. Yep, that's the issue. Yep,
lines are crossed. That's the problem.
Right.
Okay, that's the problem with this society, and then it's crossed by a vagabond. All right, it's crossed by Esau Edom. Okay, because he wants to remove Yahweh Shem Yahushai from the known world.
Right.
Okay, he wants to set up his own empire, and that shall not be so. Right. Because through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he is a man of war first and foremost. So since he is, he's going to have to exact judgment. Okay, and these are things to come. But all that is going to come through the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of these scriptures, because these scriptures came out and said it first. Okay? And he has put his name above his word. Okay? So, hey, all this is going to happen. I wanted to get into Baba Kushai, Sirach chapter 15:1, and just read down for me. All right, because wisdom is so important unto the elect. Wisdom is so important unto the men of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right,
like it says in Proverbs 2:11, wisdom shall keep thee. I forget the roughly paraphrasing.
And so wisdom is a desire, of the elect to acquire in every step. Wisdom is
if I may,
you got it.
You're supposed to want wisdom like Jake, we men, Jake in the world. All Jake know how to do is chase box.
Jake
is
and we good at it.
Jake has mastered chasing box, bro. But the Lord wants us to have that energy with wisdom, like the brother's going into. And that's a self-examination. Speaking to myself first and foremost.
But like every time that I think of wisdom, it sets a fire under me, man. I desire wisdom because there's nothing else. There's nothing else to desire in this world. You can't desire a woman like you desire wisdom. Hell, because a woman's going to leave you regardless. All right, especially women on this side, especially Eve. All right, her stiff neck ass. Shit, my bad. But start at the top, 15:1. And just read down, Baba Kushai.
Sirach 15:1, it says, "He that feareth the Lord will do good."
See, he that put reverence in Most High's name, all right, will do good, because he's not deathly afraid, even though he is deathly afraid. But he will honor, he will show glory unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But you got it.
Sirach 15:1, it says, "He that feareth the Lord will do good, and he that hath the knowledge of the law shall obtain her."
See?
And the law points you to Yahweh Shai. If I can add. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the main idea of the whole scriptures.
He's the main thing, man. And you got these other camps trying to take out the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right. They want to call him something else. Yo play yogurt, or the BS of the society. Yeah. They want to disassemble the prophecies, so it can be of no worth. But here at GMS, like it says in Joshua, here at my house, we're gonna praise Yahweh by Shimei Shai, loosely paraphrasing. But you got it.
Sirach 15:2, it says, and as a mother shall she meet him and receive him as a wife married of a virgin.
So whenever a son is born, the first person that he meets is who? His mother. He meets his mother.
Symbolic.
So wisdom.
What's happening? Salaki, I didn't mean cut you off.
No, Salaki.
No,
wisdom is the mother. Just like it says in that Sirach, I believe it's 23. Loosely paraphrasing, honor thy mother and thy father.
And
all right.
If I can just add one point to what you're saying, because it's beautiful what you're going into, and that's why, like that chasing box demon, right? When he's unbalanced, right? When you don't got, what I'm saying? Because the scriptures say, "Do all things in temperance." Really what that goes back to is, Jake and got fucked up, family situations, and they didn't get that energy from their mother when they were younger. You know what I'm saying? So there can be in the spirit, you could be feeling like you're lacking something.
Yep.
And that leads you to chasing box. But like the brother's going into, man, it's all about wisdom at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You could do that forever. And when you get to the end, you're going to realize, damn, that didn't mean shit. It didn't mean anything.
And
it don't get you nowhere.
It doesn't get you anywhere, man. But so the first person that you meet is your mother, and that's wisdom. All right. Wisdom is your mother, and your father is Yahweh by Shimei Shai. But
we can keep going.
Yeah.
How far do you want to go down?
You need to finish that verse.
Con. Wisdom, Sirach 15:2, it says, and as a mother shall she meet him and receive him as a wife married of a virgin.
See? And receive him as a wife married unto a virgin. Okay? So you're acquiring something that can't be tampered with by no one else. All right? And it was given unto you by your father of fathers, by Yahweh. Okay? That is your first love.
That's it, bro.
That is your first love. There is nothing else in this world that will love you more than wisdom, bro. Wisdom was given to your nation, as it says in that Sirach chapter 24. Wisdom was given unto us, and we are supposed to cleave unto her like it's going out of style. Like there is, like, if you didn't have her, you would die. You would be in this world. You would be like the heathen. That's what sets us apart. Wisdom sets us apart, man. I love wisdom. I desire wisdom. Bible Kashab, we can pull this last precept. Sirach chapter 51, verse 13. Okay. Because whenever I saw it, I saw my walk, man. This precept, whenever I read this, like, my heart went out to it, bro, because that's life desire right there, bro. Here,
I got you.
Yeah.
Sirach 51,
13.
This is Sirach 51:13. It says, when I was yet young, or ever I went abroad, I desired wisdom openly in my prayer.
So and that's what we do. Right now, we pray to Yahweh by Shimei Shai to give us more wisdom. All right? To give us more understanding. To allow us to understand the knowledge that is begat from that. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding shall be the stability of thy time and strength of salvation. In strength of your salvation. So it's going to add and occupy. It's going to cleave to you like your flesh to your bones, man. Continue, Salakia.
Verse 14, it says, I prayed for her before the temple and will seek her out even to the end.
Even until the end. So wisdom is going to be with us from the first moment that we opened our eyes to the last moment that we closed them. Or the elect on this side, some of them won't even see death. So they're going to be dwelling with wisdom all the day long. That is a joy, bro. That is wisdom. That is your mother that you knew in the womb.
Honor that father and that mother.
That's what it says in that Sirach chapter 23. And if you didn't have wisdom, you would be considered a heathen. That's why 2/3 of the nations is a nation of Israel is looked to as a brute beast because they're forgetting their first love. Okay, but
Gone.
I mean, we yeah, we good.
Yep. Con, you wrap it. You wrap it up.
Con, hey, but hey, with that, hey, go back and watch Elder Yashawamba's video going into the Revelations 2 and 5. Abaratazai. With that, I'm just gonna give all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Shalom and shalom.
Shalom.